What's up, everybody? It's your boy Alex Doerflinger. I hope you're all having a beautiful, amazing, fantastic day. And today is Wednesday, and we are talking about why social media could be damaging your
I
brain.
don't claim to be the creator, but I'm a savior. I take the strange variables of human life and make something out of the crazy quilt that saves hundreds of...
So, have you ever asked yourself what being on social media daily does to your brain, and why is it that anxiety and depression are at all-time high along with phone usage? So, did you know that social media overfloods your dopamine rewards, which is linked to good social, communication, love? There's a lot of things that dopamine play a key role in, but it also ultimately helps you regulate your motivation and energy levels, and it's the happy feel-good chemical dopamine. So when you're on social media and you get a notification on your phone or whatever, we're all attached to our phones, and each time you pick up your phone and you check that notification, as soon as it goes off, you get a dopamine hit for one, and for two, you're training your brain to get an easy reward for doing basically nothing. So we have to start questioning how much time we spend on social media and how much we check our phones in general. It was said best by James Clear, who made the book Atomic Habits, right here. Early in the book, he mentions how people who gamble or who are addicted to something of some sorts was based on how they got basically addicted to it by a surge of dopamine hits right before doing said things. So like gamblers got a hit of dopamine levels right before actually winning a jackpot, or just beginning to sit down and play the game itself. They receive a hit of dopamine before the action, and that's basically what social media does. It's basically a drug, and you can get addicted to it. So you need to start limiting how much you use social media in general, because too much social media is not good for you. So you need to go outside, out there, get some nice sunlight, get some fresh air, go talk to actual human beings in real life, and that can make a difference, because you don't want to be stuck on your phone all day. And plus, social media is meant to be enjoyed in short amounts. It's not meant to be endlessly scrolling on there. I mean, yes, scientists and people who do research addictive behavior made social media that way so we stay on there, but a lot of times it's not healthy. And so for YouTube, for example, is a good platform, I personally believe, but even then, too much of it is still not a good thing. So you just gotta learn to at least limit the usage that you have on social media. So ask yourself this question: am I following the right people or getting the right advice on social media? Because if you're not following the right people, then you're just consuming mindless garbage, in my sense. So really question if the person you're following is benefiting your life, or is it not doing any good in your life? Because honestly, a lot of times, a lot of us just use social media mindlessly without really realizing the consequences of who we follow and what we look up and what we consume. So honestly, that's an output in a sense. And so whatever you consume back in is what you're going to be projecting subconsciously to a degree. So you have to really start unfollowing certain people who don't bring any benefits to your life, because you could be doing a lot more better things with your time and energy and use social media more productively. Because think about it this way, right? So we all have this thing like a smartphone that acts like a mini computer in our hands. The one I'm recording on right now is a good example. We all have the availability to the same knowledge, the same possibilities as anyone else, and we have the internet right at our fingertips. And so honestly, you can use your phone more wisely and help you build something that you could be proud of rather than just using it for random bullshit, like just scrolling mindlessly through TikTok or Facebook, whatever social media app you use. Too much of one thing, it can be a bad thing. And honestly, social media in general causes a lot of problems. There's a lot of negativity, there's a lot of fighting, a lot of bad stuff. And so a lot of times when you just take a break from it and just enjoy life, just get some fresh air, talk to some actual people, you can actually start to regulate your dopamine, receptors a little bit better. So that way it's not just random stuff when you just go on social media. And it's okay to have it every once in a while. Like I said, I do it too. I go on social media, but I limit my usage. And that's also another thing, is I use social media to either reinforce my positive mindset for fun or for positive reinforcement. So you can ultimately change social media to work for you rather than against you. Also, by the way, I'm not saying to get rid of your friends and family on social media. That's okay to have friends and family, but I'm talking about role models, specifically role models, and how you want to role model your life after. It's good to have a role model to see how they got there and do certain things that they did, but it's also important not to fall into the trap of comparison where you're over comparing yourself and then you're just gonna feel worse about yourself. And honestly, Instagram and TikTok are good examples of that, where everything seems perfect, everything seems fine. And yeah, there's some positives to it, but not a whole lot. In my opinion, I've used both, and role models on Instagram, there's role models and they show this perfect life, but you don't know what's actually going on behind the screen when they shut it off. You don't know their full life and what's going on, so you only get a glimmer of what they want to show you. It's just a curated version of what you want to see, and it's not the full story. It's not who they actually might be in real life or whatever. They could be a completely different person and you wouldn't know. Also, the reason why I say go get some vitamin D and go outside is because vitamin D is essential for regulating your circadian rhythm, and your circadian rhythm is what you use to regulate your sleep. So if you want better sleep and you want to be more focused and on task, start limiting your social media use. Also, when you go outside and you talk to someone, you build those communication skills. Sometimes you just don't get that by sitting on your phone and being home all day. So there's that. And on top of that, sometimes you just use social media to just stall time, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to limit your use, because there's a lot of us who are addicted to our phones and we're glued to it like some kind of robot. We don't really think about the consequences or the actions that it can have on us, again, like I said. So it's important to go outside, get some fresh air, get some sunlight. On a plus note, also, if you're gonna go outside, go for a walk or hang out with people, stay off your phone. It's fucking rude. It's not nice to be on your phone when you're in someone else's company, when they're talking to you or whatever. And I mean, it's okay if you're not doing anything and both of you are on your phones, but it's good to have some face-to-face communication and just be in the moment, be present, be grounded, and don't worry about what's going on your phone. Those notifications can wait, and you don't have to worry about missing out on something great when you could be enjoying your life doing just that and enjoy life. Go see and do things that you see other people do. Instead of liking their photos, people like yours. And if you do what you love, you're gonna naturally be more obligated to do it in general. So just go outside, get some fresh air. And plus, when also going back to one of my previous ideas, if you're going for a walk out in nature by yourself and you're staying off your phone, a lot of times, a lot of us use our phones for distractions, just to distract us from our thoughts or whatever. But when problems arise, it's good to tackle those problems instead of avoiding and pushing it down, and then, or just, bottling it up until it builds up and explodes. It's not a good thing to do. So if you are confronted with your thoughts or your problems on a walk, just, see what the problem is and then try and handle it. Small steps can lead to bigger steps, because each step at a time, it builds up to the ladder, so it's good to just tackle your problems instead of trying to avoid it by staying on your phone all day. Well, that's all I have, y'all. So stay legendary, stay beautiful, and see you on the next adventure.